Pepe Miguel, the renowned private investigator of Galicia, sat in the confines of his office as the city of A Coruña slumbered around him. Shadows danced across the worn-out files and papers strewn haphazardly across his desk. He had been burning the midnight oil for several nights now, grappling with a puzzling case that had been eluding him for weeks. In a city where high-profile crimes were seldom heard of, this particular mystery had become a persistent itch for Pepe, and he was determined to unravel it. The uncracked cases gnawed at him, their unanswered questions keeping sleep at bay. He cast a glance toward the faded photograph perched on his bookshelf. A woman with twinkling eyes and a radiant smile stared back at him, and a pang of sorrow pierced his heart. Every day he thought about how much he missed his wife and their unborn child, the family he could have had. Two large German shepherds, Sasha and Lola, lay sprawled across the office floor, their steady breathing the only sound breaking the silence. He had trained them himself after the tragic loss of his family, their constant companionship, a source of comfort on his loneliest nights. With a sigh, he pushed back from his desk, deciding that a walk in the crisp morning air might provide some solace. Rising from his seat, he grabbed his coat and, with a whistle, he roused Sasha and Lola from their slumber. The three of them began their trek through the still sleeping city, the cobblestone streets bathed in the soft glow of the street lamps. Their destination was the Monte de San Pedro, a park perched on the city's highest point. The journey was a familiar one, a path they had tread countless times before. As they walked, Pepe found himself lost in memories of his wife. It was here in this park where they had spent countless mornings watching the sunrise over the Hercules Tower. Every bench, every tree, every rusting cannon bore witness to their love. Their footfalls resonated in the quiet morning, breaking the stillness as the three ascended the winding paths of the park. As they neared the observation point, a solitary figure in a dark ballcap passed them. Sasha and Lola growled, their ears pinned back, distracted by the task of calming his agitated dogs. Pepe paid little mind to the man. Once, at their spot near the cannons, he unclipped the dogs' leashes, granting them freedom to roam. The dogs, full of energy, eagerly bounded away, their tails wagging excitedly. The sight of his loyal companions enjoying their playtime managed to bring a small smile to Pepe's weary face. For the better part of an hour, he sat on a bench, tossing a ball for his dogs and soaking in the view of the Hercules Tower against the dawn sky. The tranquility was a balm for his restless mind, the distant bustle of the waking city a muted soundtrack to his introspection. His peaceful musings, however, were shattered by a scream that pierced through the quiet of the morning. His heart pounded in his chest as he rose from his bench. Sasha and Lola, their play interrupted, looked toward him with startled eyes. The cry marked the discovery of a tragedy, a beacon in the tranquil dawn signaling the onset of a tumultuous period. Pepe Miguel, lost in contemplation of the you recall, could only guess the implications it might have for his future.